Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you, not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, gonna crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here.
Welcome, guys. Scotty Bonin here.
We are
the Blood Brothers.
And
Rob.
Yes, sirree.
alrighty.
Well, here we are.
Okay.
We finally
Here
started.
Yeah.
You guys don't know what happened before this.
You will if you're a patron and
Yes.
get the pre-show episodes.
It was a long pre-show.
We had some visitors and some restrictions to our dirty language.
Our talking and dialogue.
So
it was very hard for me to keep straight there. I was straight edge for a second.
Yeah, so go to the patreon.com/cultclassichorror. Join at the $5 level, and you can listen to all our pre-shows.
Yes, they're so good. So good.
Not all of them.
Yeah, no, some of them are just like short and
Some of them
sweet.
are really boring, but some of them are really good.
Some of them I'm just like looking at.
Some of them are bad, but not as bad as this movie, Howling 6.
Yeah. Howling 6, The Freaks, 1991. Here we are. What do you guys think?
Rob,
Well,
I still think this...
this was better than 2 and 3.
This was probably better than 2 and 3, yeah.
This was still better than 2 and 3.
Oh, no.
I think so.
This one takes the cake.
No way.
Oh,
Really?
my God.
Let me hear
So
your reasoning.
bad.
Dude,
here.
2 was so bad.
What was better about this?
Your
than
sister is a
3?
werewolf? Are you come on?
This one was like trying a little bit too hard and not executing at all. Like I guess that was like the worst parts. Like we're going to add all these characters and the mayoral race between him and a guy that lost a bet.
That was
and
weird.
The vampire pixie. It's just so. And the werewolf in this wasn't a werewolf.
No, I
was
do have that
still-
note. He was very much a human.
He didn't fully transform. He was like halfway transformed the whole
not
time.
Not even a werewolf.
Like, wait,
I mean,
wait.
he had like little like weird kangaroo or flamingo looking hinged legs, and that was it. Like that was like it. Like so to me, this movie can't even be considered a werewolf movie because of the massive a lack of fucking werewolves.
Yeah, he looked like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, but not as good.
I think this movie...
And he growled like him, too.
This movie was a compilation of Underworld and Twilight and Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. It
I
was
can see
definitely
that.
the Beast. And I can
And
see the
Underworld completely ripped this movie off, but they did it obviously better.
with the little vampire, which we found out a little bit later, mixed with the werewolf action going on there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't mean to give it away, but yeah, that was a little interesting.
What? You thought this was worse than any of them you've seen so far?
Yes.
I thought 2 was worse.
What was the third one? Was when they went to
three. The marsupials was bad.
That's
it was very awful for sure.
This was better than that.
There was like bullshit science involved and like some woman that tried to do a Russian accent. And even though the werewolves weren't good, they at least were werewolves.
Yeah.
And there was Australian accent.
They were sort of werewolves. They were like they were still people sized with just like werewolf costumes on.
I still give them points for it.
If you're comparing the werewolf aspect, I would say the werewolves were better in 2 and 3, but just the overall movie, I thought this was better than 2 and 3. Just the overall movie, but the werewolf aspect, yes, I got.
Oh, and this movie added just so much horse shit.
I'm not down
just
with all the circus stuff.
The sheriff shows up and he's like finds the dead body, but he doesn't do. Or like the sheriff just randomly shows up and there he is in the cage. Yeah, and it's like.
And I would
don't. It's like what? Don't don't break him out. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck are you
I don't
doing
even want to
here?
get. We're going to get there
We
because I
can
have some things to
let's
talk
just
about.
start
Cage and I mean the
Start
sheriff.
from the beginning here.
I don't even. The sheriff's my first note. I wouldn't have even cast that guy. I don't even think he should have been the sheriff. He's not intimidating at all.
No, in half the scenes, there's not even a gun in his holster.
Yeah, there isn't. I noticed that like 2 times.
I did see that.
Like, there's
no
fucking
gun in his
holster.
You know the time when the guy's looking at him, the big black guy that hops out of the dumpster, he's looking at him and he looks at his holster to see if he's going to shoot him, and there wasn't a gun there when he looked at his holster. I'm like, well, he can't shoot you because there's no gun in the holster.
This is a different time, Rob, where they wanted to resolve situations peacefully and didn't want to have guns in the way.
Yeah, but then like the next scene, he's out there like in his undershirt and his police uniform, and he's friggin' packing heat.
Yeah, I know, and it's weird. This was made in '91, but it feels like it's much older for some reason for me. I mean, it was set back in the older times.
It's just another. It should just be a thing that if your movie has a sheriff in it, it needs to be played by Arlie Ermy.
Yes.
I just don't understand why people don't get that.
So let's start from the beginning. The girl running through the woods with the teddy bear. Who was that? Ian's
I mean, obviously was his
family member,
lover or sister or something.
His sister, his mom.
We never found out.
His wife. So Ian, who is played by Brendan Hughes, which he kind of looks familiar, but I don't know.
Nah.
He's the only werewolf in this. There's not
even
bunch.
a werewolf.
Well, yeah, half werewolf, half beast.
Yeah, so obviously she dies by the hand of a werewolf. Or not a werewolf, we come to find out.
We didn't see it. Yeah, it was maybe...
It was a vampire.
It was the vampire.
Yeah, we're not holding back anything here. This is not one that we're worried about ruining for you because you probably just shouldn't watch it.
Which Bruce Payne plays plays R.B. Harker, which is he runs the Harker Circus Freak Show. Which
I wonder, he looked a little familiar. Has he done anything else?
Yeah. He was the bad guy in Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, maybe that's where I recognize him from, but
he's been in a lot. He was in like all the Dungeons and Dragons movies. They were early 2000s.
I've never seen those.
And he has a pretty big resume, but not a lot of notable stuff. But he looks like this is the bad guy part. Always plays the bad guy.
Drifter comes into town. Sheriff's on his case right away, even though it's not Arlie Ermy, which is a horrible tragedy. And then
this is like some kind of like Rambo sheriff. Like, where you coming from, son? Oh, so and so. And what I don't get is this is what really irks me up. Like really, this is what really grinds my gears, fellas. Is that the beginning of the movie is these old guys sitting there like with like some circle jerk in the local bar, and they're like, man, town's going broke. All these families are moving out and leaving because of the drought, in quotes, whatever the fuck that is, because of the drought. Like we're in the fucking Dust Bowl in 1992. And then this drifter walks in, and you're just so quick to be like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, maybe let his ass stay and fucking rent a room or pay some taxes. Like, I don't know, do so.
To help out the town.
Nah, you need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous, too. Rambo Sheriff is perfect because you're like, what the fuck is your problem? People can walk through town.
And this guy is like fucking like Mr. Belvedere of British guys. Like he's not even like a cool, tough Jason Statham type. Oh no.
He barely has an accent.
He's not even Van Damme and Nowhere to
British.
Run, riding through town in his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's such a good movie.
Oh yeah,
storing it in people's barns and sleeping with them, in front of their children.
Love those sex scenes.
Molesting Kieran Culkin on the side.
Yeah.
Is that who's? I don't even know who's in that.
Yeah, it was one of the Culkin brothers. I think it was Kieran. Who was the woman in that movie? She was.
I don't know. All I can think of is like Sarah Connor when I think of it, but it's not her.
Really
she sort of looks like her though.
Yeah, it's not Linda Hamilton.
No,
doesn't matter, man. She's got it. Linda Hamilton doesn't look that good.
No, I can just picture her. I don't even need to know her name. She's awesome.
We need to do some Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Damn it!
Dude,
what? Patreon content.
Patreon bonus episodes. Patreon bonus episodes. We got to do
They're cult classics. They are cult classics.
Dracula. We got to do Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yep.
We definitely have to do like maybe not all of Van Damme's, but like Nowhere to Run, Universal Soldier, Hard Target, Lionheart,
Bloodsport,
Kickboxer, like.
I mean,
what was the one where he goes to jail with Mr. Sandman?
That was Death Warrant.
Death Warrant. There you go.
But then he also goes to jail in Hell. So, but In Hell.
I haven't seen In Hell yet.
Oh, In Hell's good. You gotta watch In Hell. It's like one of his best newer ones.
Sudden Death was always a classic.
The hockey one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sudden
Damn
Death
it! I would have much rather watched Van Damme than this movie.
I know. Get some Death Warrant going. Some Sandman. That guy's crazy. You don't fuck with the Sandman.
No, you do not. You do not.
As long as we don't have to cover any Seagal in our bonus content.
So did you guys notice, going back to the old men sitting in there, everyone was drinking orange juice. Did you guys notice that?
Didn't notice that.
And then...
Yeah, they do. They bring them orange juice out to drink when they're framing or working on. It's like, that is the least thirst quenching.
Yeah, it like makes your mouth dry even. And But that scene, where all the men are sitting, they bring orange juice, and then when they're working on the church, when Ian and the dad Dewey are working on the church, the daughter brings out orange juice too. I'm like, what the fuck? What's with this orange juice? That's probably what they had on set.
The daughter brings out orange juice and like her virginity.
Yeah,
like immediately. It's like this is another one. This movie tries to think that it's witty somehow or smart, and it's just not. It's immediately like, oh yeah, he's gonna bang the preacher's daughter.
And she's
why? Well, because she's the only female character in this movie besides the he/she.
Yeah,
I got your orange juice for your hot, sweaty body here.
Got some orange tang for you. You know, it's what the astronauts
drink. So hot outside.
Yeah, some orange poontang.
I'm only.
Damn it! I really kind of want tang right now.
I love tang.
I don't know about tang. You know what's the worst? Sunny D.
I'm on these friggin' coconut
Sunny
water
D.
juice.
Yeah, we drank Sunny D a lot back in the day,
Sunny
though.
D. Sunny D. So gross.
Sunny D is okay. It got really gross when they started doing like fruit punch. Sunny D.
Yeah, all different flavors. Yeah,
Sunny D.
Not a big fan of.
We used to bring our own little like Sunny D's to lunch, and they were like little mini Sunny D's.
We were poor. We couldn't afford those. We just had Capri Suns.
I got some Sunny D for you boys here. And if you want, you can make the orange tang some orange poontang. And
I don't know if she had a Western
right
accent.
off these lips. They were this lends itself to a Southern accent. I'm giving her one.
Good.
That is not a Southern accent. I have a Southern. Do I sound like that?
No, you don't.
It's actually as brief of an accent as Ian Richards, because you can barely even tell his London accent, his English accent. So yeah,
is he actually English? Has anybody Googled this?
I don't know.
I will Google it. But
who's in charge of our research?
I got it covered. Which there is not much of it, but I got it covered.
And
was there not a huge behind the scenes?
No, there was not.
No, there wasn't a whole documentary. You know, a 6-disc set. I don't know what they were thinking.
That's how you know. Like, to the fans out there, I know a lot of you probably think, well, my job is not research oriented at all. We already saw me sink that fucking ship a couple of weeks ago.
It was good.
But these movies that we're doing right now, sometimes we get caught in this like, what would you call it? So like awful movie limbo for some of these sequels. There is nothing out there. I'm really sorry. Like, I wish I could give, or we could give more information, but there may be more out there. But I'm not searching like Reddit message boards to find shit. If it's not on IMDb or YouTube or like like Danny's like a bonus disc, which this didn't come with, all I can tell you is that this movie sucked. That's like the best I can give you. And they don't even have actors. It's not like we could be like, Johnny Depp was in, like, no, these people went on to do mostly nothing.
Yeah, Brandon Hughes has like 2 credits or 3 credits on his IMDb, not BD.
Yes.
IMDb. So it's I can't really even find if he's British or not.
So this whole orange juice bring out is right after the ridiculously romantic church fix-up montage between the two guys.
Because we're gonna have a montage.
Yeah, montage. And then it's the stupidest fucking thing ever. They have this pretty flaming homosexual, montage between them fixing up the church. And he has like the nail, and he like hands him the nail, and he like is showing him to hammer it in, and then he hammers it in.
It's like he's teaching this 50-year-old man how to hammer a nail.
And then he hammers the nail in, and then he looks at him like, "I did it," and he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
High five. And then
You know, a hammer from Hexa.
I hammered the nail in.
God.
Yeah. Oh, hand me the board over there. Oh, what is this thing? A nail? Oh, give me the hammer. Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like overstep my bounds, but if you cannot hammer a nail, you just need to be shot. like that should have been
are
the
you
montage.
kidding me?
It'd have been like hammer nail, and the guy would have like put his hands up, like, I don't know. Next scene, the sheriff walks up and just puts him down. And it's like, yeah, look, I know
He had a
we
good
need
life.
people. He had a good life. Oh God, that fucking sheriff. Oh, damn it. Oh, it just pissed me off so bad. And I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, but it doesn't really matter, because if you have seen this movie, I'm sorry. If you haven't, I'm not giving this a recommend. But that whole thing with like the damn woman that owns the bank isn't here, and she knows I need my money before I leave town. I was actually
Like, what was that all about?
I was kind of interested in that. I'm like, okay, like what happened?
Here we go.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
what?
what
Never
happened
touched
to
on
this
it.
poor family? Like nobody gives a shit about these people.
They died of hunger in their
they
house.
they just parked in front of the bank and died of heat stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those kinds of side stories. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know what happened with the mayoral race. I thought the Podunk restaurant owner was going to win in the end, and that didn't happen.
I was hoping so. I thought that would have been funny.
Yeah. We didn't. Yeah, there was a lot of missing things here.
And
Does that church have a congregation? No one comes to the church.
no one came to church.
They just fixed it up. No one even comes.
And he was like painting like, all right, Sunday sermon at 11 a.m. This, but you never saw anyone go there during the whole movie.
No one goes there.
And that girl, his daughter, Lizzie, had to be like 16 years old.
She was hot.
She was hot.
Yeah.
But she's probably like 20 or whatever. But I'll find out. But anyways, like the Ian, the main werewolf guy, looked like he was in his 30s, and she looked like she was 16. But I guess that wasn't frowned upon. The dad was okay with it. Well, the dad didn't know.
The dad only became not okay with it when he found out the guy was like, he didn't call him a werewolf. What he called him was like, that's the face of the devil or something like that. But other than that, he was cool with like some 35-year-old like knocking up his 14-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Set him up in the attic, will you? And then why don't you go lay spread eagle on the bed and bring up some lube with you and just wait.
Let him put a baby inside you.
Michelle Matheson is her
Look,
name.
here's a makeup brush and some powdered sugar. You go up there and show that boy a good time.
Good old powdered pillow.
We can't afford like real powdered sugar, but I stole some Sweet and Low from the diner. So,
Dude, she was born in 1971. So she was 20 years old. Exactly.
Maybe when he does it, your bean won't get caught in the gaps in his teeth like it does when I do it.
It's like that was a straight up inside audio clip from Billy Ray and Miley Cyrus right there.
Yeah, that wasn't even me. I just pulled it.
Yep.
So
pulled her right out of there.
Yeah. Pulled it out like I would on a 14-year-old.
Yeah. If Miley's listening to this, I loved Hannah Montana.
She's not listening to this.
You don't know. We're out there, man, on the internet waves. Anybody could download this.
She's not listening.
It could be. Well, actually, Billy Ray Cyrus could be listening and probably pissed. Oh, the secret's out.
Michelle Matheson was in Threesome, 1994. She was in Kingpin, 1996, and Howling 6, The Freaks. That's the only things that I see. But she was 20 years old.
So we had that.
Was she in Kingpin, the Woody Harrelson movie?
I think so.
That's the only Kingpin I know of.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Anyways,
you
had this whole gay montage, and then
gonna have a montage,
and then we see the circus coming into town.
Oh,
And
that was friggin' great.
Parker's World of Wonders.
they're like, you could tell they took this just fucking dilapidated, beat up camper and
Yeah.
painted it and strapped on some wood and painted Harker's World of Wonders on it. And
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
were
yeah.
they're just blatantly littering, throwing flyers in the streets.
Yeah.
Expecting
I didn't really just.
and they're in the
I
small.
don't know. I just didn't. Danny texted me. I said, "What are we watching?" And he's like, "Howling Part 6." I was like, "Okay, just Part 6," because I couldn't find 7 either.
Yep,
Yeah,
can't
seven-
find
he's like-
seven is not available.
seven's
He's
not
like,
available.
"Yeah, just Part 6, Howling Part 6, Freak Show," and then it completely ruined it because I didn't know it was called Freak Show.
I don't think it's
It
Freak
is-
Show. It's
It's the Freaks.
the Freaks.
Freaks.
Which
Okay.
when the movie opens, it goes Howling 6, and then the Freaks is like this weird like laser
Weird,
writing.
It was
Animated,
it was
yeah.
like pre.
Which-
I was like pre credits, and then as soon as Danny was like the Freaks, I'm like, that just fucking ruined.
Which
it.
I
my
looked in
God.
I actually watched all of the credits and it went by and it said opening screen done by like it said something like Joe Mad Dog Wilson or something like that.
Oh God. So yeah, and Kevin Rock did
David
did the music.
Big Hog Jackson, something like that. It was something dumb like that.
Yeah. Oh no, it was written by Kevin Rock. That's right, but that's probably his real last name. No, this
the pseudo bullshit movie poster, because I can't imagine this thing was actually released wide.
No,
Is the Howling 6 Vampires vs. Werewolf.
Freaks. Yeah, it is.
The ultimate clash of the forces of evil. It's like you could just put like vampire versus werewolf,
Yeah.
but you really tried to spice it up with the ultimate clash of the forces of evil.
Forces of evil.
Oh, it does say that on the front of the VHS cover. I'm seeing that
What,
right
vampires
now.
versus
Yeah,
werewolves?
vampire versus werewolves, the ultimate clash of the forces of evil.
And really, it's
It sounds a little wordy, doesn't it, Todd?
It
no,
does.
No. I think we really nailed it this time.
This was directed by Hope Perello and produced by Robert Pringle, written by Kevin Rock. So I bet it was Hope Perello. Like, yeah, the more the merrier. We just got to keep adding stuff in.
so when the
You
circus,
know it's really bad when you're on Wikipedia and the director, producer, writer, cinematography, editor, all those, there's no hyperlinks.
yeah,
Nope.
they have
Yep.
no
No, that's
other
just like you can't-
existence
there's
on the
nothing
web.
There's
The
nothing
only-
to click.
The only hyperlink is Bruce Payne and Michelle
That's it.
Matheson and then Patrick Gleason, who the music
I'll have
was by. And Lionsgate. It was distributed by Lionsgate.
I don't know if you noticed when the circus came into town and then they passed by, there was still like a short, chubby lady waving in the background for like 10 seconds. Mm-hmm. And it totally reminded me of the lady across the street, Thompson.
Oh, yes. Ethel.
That would be her
Whatever
waving.
her name is.
Which she did stop and talk to me yesterday, by the way, when Shannon, while we were trying to get my truck in my garage, she just walked right on over.
Oh, nice.
How's she doing?
I like stepped back. It was 2 days ago. Okay. We're going to the store to get some Christmas lights, and I stepped back down my driveway to sort of eye the footage I would need on my roof. And then all I hear from behind me is, "Hey, new neighbors." Of course, I've lived here for a full year now, and she calls me new neighbor still.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, somehow she did not talk about the flood or moving here from Lyons, which is what she always talks about the last three times.
You mean the flood in Lions?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So, but she did tell me about, hey, new neighbor. It's like, oh, hey. And then I just turned around, but then she kept walking over anyways. Oh, we got a event going on up in the church up in Lyons this weekend. We're lighting the Christmas tree, and they have the most beautiful Christmas parade. And then after that, we're gonna have hot cocoa, and we're gonna have lunch in the basement of the or dinner in the church basement. And you're welcome to come, and you should bring the kiddies if you have any kids, because Santa's gonna be there too, and I'm gonna be waiting for him in the closet with my lube.
Oh, my goodness. That almost sounds like Harry Carey.
It sort of does. I wasn't even going for that.
But a lady Harry Carey. God, I want to hang out with her. Not really.
She's like just this blob that morphed into my driveway.
She's almost as short as who's the dwarf in this what's his name? Deep Roy. Deep Roy. He's actually been in a few things. He was in the newer Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Deep Roy. Yeah, that is his name.
Anyways, that lady totally reminded me of her. I don't even know her name.
You know what she looks like.
No.
So actually, speaking of that carnival scene at the very, very beginning there, so Mary Lou from the previous sequel, The Rebirth, her name was Elizabeth Shee, was actually in that part of that parade as a non-speaking cameo for a circus audience member.
Oh,
in the
I bet
beginning
the
of
fans
film.
just went wild
Yep,
when they saw
did.
that. Oh,
They did.
I know I couldn't keep my boner down.
Yeah. That's the only fact that I got. No, I was joking. Actually, Harker, which is Bruce Payne's role, was named after Jonathan Harker from Dracula. That's a cool fact.
And
Keanu Reeves.
they're bringing. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
Bram Stoker's was after this.
Oh, was yeah. Well, but it's Harker
The character.
The Harker character is in all the Draculas.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyways, yes.
Hopefully you're right about that.
I looked it up already, so I made sure.
Scotty's on it. Don't mess
I'm
with him.
on
He
it,
knows
man.
what's up.
You kidding me?
So they add this. We see the scene of them adding Alligator Boy to the circus. We see Harker how he recruits. He just captures freaks and then recruits them by promising them, better treatment. And he basically says, "Where you'll never ever be called a freak again. You have my word." But then his show is called like Freak Street or something. I was like, wait a minute. That's not true. This guy's a freak.
You lied.
It's calling you a freak. Freak Street.
So you're talking about Alligator Boy,
Alligator Boy, yep.
Winston, and his cat, Winston the Third,
Jonesy.
Yeah, Jonesy's in this again.
Yeah.
From Aliens.
Yep.
Goodness.
Do you notice the cat is? I know I'm jumping ahead, but the cat dies, and then the same cat walks by in the background.
Yeah, I
scenes
saw
later.
that.
Yes.
I saw that. He must have like got away somehow.
They were
and
like, "Fuck, the cat's loose on the scene. Cut." Like, we don't have enough money. Just keep going.
just leave it there. Leave him.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah,
And
I did see that.
They also didn't have enough money for extras because as they're going through this carnival, what are their names? Ian and the girl go to the carnival.
Elizabeth,
and they're walking
Lizzie.
through and they're seeing all the sights. And then there's people out on the main runway when they're there, but then they start going through look at the whatever and the whatever. It's just them. It's just them walking through by themselves. And they also have like a mini haunted house, I guess, at the fair.
Yeah.
It's just them.
And no one else is. There's no one
No
else
one else is there. And that haunted house, there's some gags that would take a long time to reset. So they would, there would be someone there running groups through.
The guillotine with the head rolling off.
Yeah, the whole thing on the zip line coming down.
The elevator, the room locking with all the doors locking.
Yeah, and then they almost kissed in there. Mm-hmm. Like they both looked one direction, then all of a sudden they were 2 inches from each other.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Yeah, they come at the beginning of the carnival scene there with the tons of people there, and all of a sudden they're the only ones there.
Yeah, no budget for extras.
Yes. This kind of actually is maybe American Horror Story kind of ripped this off for when they did the season the Freak Show. Maybe they saw this like, oh yeah, we should do a season Freak Show right after the Howling 6. So there's three.
I'm sure that's exactly
three
what
things.
they thought.
Yep.
I'm sure.
There you go.
Everyone's watching Howling 6 going, we need the next big idea. It's in here somewhere.
Yes. And that's what they came up with Freak Show with American Horror Story.
Rob's not even paying attention because he just posted in the group.
I am paying attention.
And then you get the lady of Canton Bluff. That's the town that they're in, which
Quit
is a
Facebook
smallest
sucking
town.
me. I do what I want to do. Okay.
You can't. We don't have Facebook. So
Hey, I
we
just
don't get
got
the
a
pleasure.
notification. I have Facebook.
Oh yeah. Well, I still need to get mine. You can just send all my notifications to my wife's page. And then I'll get
There
them.
you go. Let's just have all the fans of the podcast bombard Scotty's wife.
Yeah.
Just be nothing but pictures of powdered sugar packs.
Powdered sugar pillows and yeah.
You guys missed that in the pre-show. By
Yeah,
the way,
you missed that.
as well.
But I
It
did.
goes way more into depth. We learned things about Scotty.
But those of you who have listened to us know about the powdered sugar pillow. And
Yeah, we
it's
just
in
didn't know
my
what you
it's still
did
in my
with it
nightstand.
exactly, you dirty bastard.
I might have powdered up a few holes. I mean, holes. Sorry.
Halls.
Holes.
we already mentioned how this dude does not. I mean, he goes back. There's some stuff happens. Basically, the next thing is that he's gonna leave town because it's almost the full moon. But then he falls asleep just conveniently in the middle of the day.
And you see him knock his calendar off his bed as if he can't see it.
Yeah, I don't know why they even showed that.
It says full moon on the calendar.
He falls asleep, and of course he doesn't wake up in time to get out, and it's the full moon, and we see him transform.
That's the first time we see him transform into the beast.
Yeah, that was like a 9.5 hour nap or something.
I know, exactly.
What the hell was that?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And he's like, oh no! He wakes up and he looks, and there's a big bright full moon, and he's fucked.
It's like I think it's all in his head because he didn't transform until he saw the moon. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a little shifty in my mind there.
Why didn't he just...
Are you trying to say that there's like plot holes in this?
Yeah, he should have just closed his eyes and walked out.
So when there's a full moon, does he just go somewhere else, or does he, if he doesn't see it, then he's good?
I think he goes somewhere else. But their plot hole was that he didn't turn until he saw it. He would have just turned when it happened, you'd think.
Mm-hmm. That's what I would think.
So,
or hide underneath the bed.
He turns into this hairy man creature. It doesn't look like a werewolf whatsoever.
Some little makeup.
I'm not saying that he looked horrible. He just didn't look like a werewolf. It's just you shouldn't have called it Howling.
His like hands and feet like halfway transformed, and his face was not.
And then you hear the crash, like he jumped out the window, and then they show the window, and there's like a 1 foot diameter hole in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed that. Like that.
Yeah,
like that whole window would be out and shattered, but there's just like a little hole.
It looked like a squirrel had gone through the window.
Exactly. but what confused me, the window was open, and as he was transforming, he shut it, and then he jumped through it.
He must have wanted some privacy.
Yeah,
didn't want anyone to hear him.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's like Rob. You know, when he's either masturbating or shitting, he's got to shut it down because he's just like. It's like a werewolf transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need quiet. I need quiet. I need ultimate focus and concentration.
We forgot to talk about the he-she that they saw.
Well, did they see the boob yet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they saw the boob.
That was twisted.
That was when Harker was giving them the tour through the house.
We got a he-she, half man, half woman with a one boober.
But it was kind of cool. Like she was singing, and as a man first, and then it was like half man, half woman. Half of her was a guy.
Like the costume
half was
you
a
get
woman.
A spirit.
Yeah, the costume you get a spirit. I actually was that costume when I was.
Yeah.
I that's what I wore as a costume back in
Scotty
like
was
5th grade.
Confused at that age.
Yes, 5th grade. I wore the he-she costume. I did. But anyways, yes, we see one boober. But I wanted to see the other side. I guess it was just one boob on one side.
I mean, it's probably just a man's
just
chest.
the nipple.
That's what they wanted you to think. I don't know. But yeah,
probably
half girl,
was.
half guy. I wonder what the junk looked like. Did it have like one ball and a hole next to it?
I don't know, but like it seemed like him and that midget were having relations.
Oh yeah, and that midget had the grossest looking,
Tunes
Scary Movie 2 arm I've ever seen.
Yeah, come out. Yeah,
he definitely had the that Total Recall.
Yeah,
creepy Quato arm.
That's where he hid the card, and then he had this little cigar that came out, and
that thing was
was
nasty.
sneaky.
That thing was nasty. Oh.
So let's get back to now. He's out. Ian's out. The werewolf. Harker catches him, and then the other guy and Deep Roy. That's a vodka. Deep Roy catch him, but then he's back to normal, and then Harker has his little like jewel that he can say a spell and turn him back into a werewolf, supposedly.
Yeah,
which was kind of
that makes no
interesting.
sense. I mean, I guess he knows this stuff because he's a vamp, but we don't know that yet, obviously. But I thought it was weird. That he could just chant him into a werewolf. I've never seen that before.
He says,
with his weird crystal looks like it came off of a
little crystal.
It's like it looks like it came off of a ceiling fan from a hotel or something.
Exactly.
Like you got it at the gift shop. You probably got it at the local gift shop.
I'm certain.
Yeah, they just got it. Like they had orange juice on set, so they gave everyone orange juice in like the movie, and then while they're on set, they had this little crystal. Like, oh, we should just use that in the movie too. And then he can say a chant, and then Ian will turn into a werewolf. Yes, yes.
No,
Ade Due
no.
Dimbella.
Yeah.
Give me the power, I beg of
you. Chucky. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
my God. Speaking of oh my goodness.
Fucking crystal right up my ass.
It's time
Keyhole.
for the
horror halftime.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right.
Okay. Stop it.
God, I hate that movie.
I
hate that movie so
do
much.
You hate it just because it scares you? Is that why you hate
Yeah,
it?
friggin' sound is awful. It like gets in your ear. It's the kind of shit you hear like right before you're about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you hear where you're like, you know what, guys? I'm going to adult the fuck out of tonight. Nah, I'm not playing Call of Duty to 3 a.m. I'm going to go to bed on time. And you get all snuggly wuggly bears. And right before you go to sleep, you hear that cackling shit and you're just like, nah, fuck it, I'm up now. It's fucking over. I'm done. Oh my god.
Yeah. Danny doesn't do it as good as I do it. No, I was joking. All right, we're done.
All right,
it
horror
seriously
halftime.
is uncomfortable. God,
sorry, Rob.
Makes your butthole.
You just
quiver.
gotta.
Now
you
we
just,
know-
You just shove your cock right in her mouth because that's how it's shaped.
Now we know what to do. We know what to do when we want to drive Rob crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we know.
Yeah,
do we have a winner?
You fucking definitely know now.
We do have a winner. Our horror freak of the week is David Martin. David Martin.
DM.
Oh, Martin.
David Martin. What's up?
So yeah, he submitted
He's
a
the
couple
man.
memes. I like his wet spot one better. You can search him in the group Horror Halftime. David Martin. Although I will give it up for Thad Timothy. He did win last week, but his meme was the funniest. He has the meaty bone.
Oh, yeah, the meaty bone.
Yeah,
that was
I like
great.
That was fucking awesome.
The original fresh maker.
Yes, but David Martin, you are the horror freak of the week.
Bacon.
Message us on the page, and we'll send you out some goodies or a goodie, probably a shirt.
Awesome, man. Thanks for
Yeah,
putting
we
the
got
memes
shirts
in, guys.
now with our faces on them. Holy
Our
shit!
faces are on the shirts.
You can
I'm pretty impressed with it. I was
flaunt the CCH crew.
Yeah,
Thad posted a picture in the group of him wearing his shirt. Yeah,
it looks good.
I was like, shit. Somebody was happy to have something with my face on it. That was pretty
Looking
impressive.
sexy, Rob.
Yeah.
Looking sexy on there.
I mean, I felt good about it. I was having a good beard day when I took the selfies too.
And
You had to have one.
On the back, we went ahead and printed like a massive happy trail ass hair so that it could mimic Rob too.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So keep a
you'll
lookout
want
for
that shirt. Yeah.
So if you want that shirt, make sure to send in your memes for this week.
Yes. Send them in, and we will review them and announce the horror freak of the week next week.
Plenty of opportunities, guys. We got Beast,
Yes.
the Beast, werewolf, vampire
Just a
looking
lot of
thing.
stuff,
There's
so.
just so much stuff in this.
All right, that concludes the horror halftime.
El mucho de oportunos for our Latin listeners.
Yes.
Yes, I don't think that was right.
Muchos gracias, Senorita.
So yeah, he can chant him into a werewolf with his Walmart crystal,
Which I'm finding that to be horse shit. I'm really
Yeah.
and he does it so just pedophile like just
He's kind of
oh
creepy.
yeah, he's a creeper.
isn't he?
He's actually
I'm
pretty
not going out on a limb here.
No, he's got
like this dude would steal children
Oh yeah.
and he's
for
got like
sexual.
he's got like
a
sexual
serial
favor.
He's like a serial killer.
he's
for
got
sure.
lip shade on, you know.
Why does everybody in this movie have lipstick?
I know. It drives me nuts.
The midget had lipstick. He had lipstick.
Yeah.
I even think Dewey had lipstick.
Really, I didn't notice.
Dewey
that
the
one.
dad had lipstick.
Oh, it was just you just got they had Mama on set doing makeup this time instead of Lubin.
Yep. Everyone needs to have lipstick.
Mama was playing the he/she in this.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Of course.
I don't know that she looked a little too masculine.
Yeah. Bruce Payne I thought he did a good job in this. He was definitely the right character choice for this.
Well, we
Right
were just
actor's
talking
choice
about
for
before the horror
character.
halftime where they locked him in the cage, but this cage was literally made out of plastic.
Dude, PVC jail
yeah,
pipes.
PVC jail. and they did not hide it at all. They used metal sound effects for everything.
Yeah.
But the first time he walks across the cage, but he grabs onto the top bar and it bends like 6 inches down.
Yeah.
And just flops back and like goes.
And then when Harker smushes
His
Ian's
face.
head into the bars like spread
they're
apart.
spreading.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then
Just climb through
when
there.
he runs into the cage, like later on, the whole thing moves.
Yeah.
It was just fucking. At least try to hide it. I mean, it looked good if no one was touching or bending
I know.
anything.
Yeah, it looked like metal.
yeah, no, those bars you could. He was when he. I guess you're talking about where he got like a little bit too angry with the set piece, and you're like, that's fucking awful.
Yeah,
like that's. I'm surprised somebody didn't yell cut. I mean, like, no, you can't touch these.
Yeah.
okay,
Don't touch
Like-
the flimsy PVC bars.
And we find out that Ian does have feelings for Elizabeth because Harker lies to him and says, "You killed her. You ripped all her limbs off." Elizabeth. Like, he doesn't give a shit about anyone besides Elizabeth.
Yeah, who
Like, there's nothing else.
Elizabeth.
he just met and he hasn't even
busy.
banged her.
Yep. He had his chance. She came in sweating and ready, but he passed.
Yeah,
up on
where's
it.
the air conditioning in this town? This
Yeah.
is 1992. Like, despite the fact you're in a drought, you got fucking power, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, and wasn't the close up of in the beginning when they were like fix up the attic for him? They did a close up on the outside of the attic, and there was like a window unit. I thought.
Oh, there probably was,
yeah.
but then they probably had to sell it. You know,
I think
they pawned it.
Seemed like with all the cars and trucks, the movie was made in 91, but it was set in like the 70s. It seemed like,
I don't know.
yeah, or 80s. But
Yeah. Also, so he gets locked up, and then we see him do a public display of changing into a werewolf, and no one really is surprised at all. Like, especially the sheriff and preacher, they're not surprised at all. Oh, werewolf. Yep.
well,
he
this
just
is
turned into a werewolf.
This is when Harker throws him the kitty.
Yeah.
and he has feelings as a werewolf and doesn't kill the cat, and then Harker gets all pissed off.
But yeah, they weren't surprised. No one was like surprised. I mean, there's a couple. But I forgot what exactly scene it was. But the sheriff and preacher were talking after that, and maybe the preacher wasn't there. Or the sheriff, one of them wasn't there, and he's like, "Well, yeah, he's a werewolf. He turned into a werewolf." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, all right. Well, yeah, let's get him.
I'll go do some paperwork at the office, and we'll get to the bottom
Yeah,
of this.
we'll get to the bottom of it. She's a werewolf. Yeah, yep, werewolf. Okay, we'll get to the bottom of it."
Yeah.
It's like, what? He's a werewolf. Did you miss that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just-
that wasn't. Yeah, and then he goes back, and this is where Rob was saying he goes back to his office and researched it, and he has his cop shirt unbuttoned, and then he reads through all the papers that Ian left behind, and oh no, it
Which
couldn't be.
I don't see
What?
how that's proving anything. The only thing we ever see when they're looking at those papers is the front of the newspaper where one column says, the circus in town, and then the other column says 2 dead or missing or something like that.
And this is Harker's name. It's like,
And they just see that and they're like, oh, it's him.
but it doesn't tell the audience. We don't know though, so
Well,
they
that
should
just
have put
happened
something
once.
else.
But why would they think that? I mean, it could be a coincidence. One
Yeah.
time, if they look through a ton of clippings, maybe they would start to think that. But they just see the first clipping and they're like, "Oh, 2 people missing. He's in town. It's him.
Yeah.
It's him."
So then we see the sheriff go back, and he goes in the dumpster and finds the lady that always is fanning herself. She just always has a fan.
Yep.
She's dead in there because he found the bracelet that she dropped, and then he's there, and then the sheriff pulls a gun on him, and then of course that's the first time we see Harker.
But he has like no bullets or something. Or what?
I don't know. Yeah.
Remember, he's like, click.
Yeah,
click,
he
click,
pulled
click.
it and he just
Yeah.
clicked. So either it was like unloaded or it was some kind of vampire voodoo. I don't know.
Understand that.
Didn't he when he grabbed his gun out of his little like cloth little case? He like opened up the chamber and there was no bullets in the chamber.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then he brought the gun with him to go to Harker's, and that's why he didn't have bullets, because there
Yeah,
was
I
no
don't
bullets in the chamber in the first
Fucking
place.
idea what's going on. All I know is that when Ian escapes from the little cell by taking the guy's cockroaches. That's a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. Like he had cockroaches in a little
My
thing.
babies.
Yeah,
that's why he was a freak.
My babies.
That's why he was a
because
freak.
he eats animals and bugs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, he escapes and runs out, and then the fucking catering guy they must have grabbed comes by and is like, the werewolf escaped.
Yeah, the worst actor.
Escaped. The werewolf escaped.
Yeah, come and say this one line for us. The werewolf escaped, guys.
The giant man dog has escaped. What are we to do with this? I'm really not feeling this, guys. Like, no. Keep rolling. Keep
good.
going.
This is gold.
We're doing good.
I really got to get back to putting the setting up the catering table, guys.
Yeah.
No. Keep going.
But then we see Bruce or whatever Harker turn to the vampire, and then he turns in to the vampire again when he lifts the car and he blows his whole cover up.
Yeah.
He just flips
I don't know
the truck
why
over.
he flips the truck. He's just like, fuck this truck. I'm just going to flip it over. I don't know why he did that. And then he sort of, when he's a vampire, I don't know, he sort of looks like...
He's like blue and...
Yeah, but just his facial structure, I thought sort of looked like Freddy in New Nightmare. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
Just a little bit. And then it just so happens that Alligator Boy, knows the chant and gets the crystal off of it.
No, dude.
Yeah, they didn't go into like he took the time and memorized it. They didn't go into like why does the cop never carry a gun when he does? It's not loaded. What happened to the poor family and what happened to the bank woman? Why does the vampire have to sleep in dirt with worms?
Yeah.
Why can't he just sleep in a coffin? What was this cult that holy shit, there was like probably a decent movie in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, nah, fuck it. Nah, it'll be cool. Dude, your wolf man flamingo broke back mountain looking legs shit. They're gonna be awesome. Nobody's gonna care about the plot.
Oh my god, yeah. That was We did miss the love scene. That there was the love scene too between the sex scene, should I say, between Elizabeth and Ian. They run away and escape, and she's somehow there. Follow me, they're coming after you. They think you killed the sheriff.
Yeah.
And then they run to some barn.
Wow.
And when they run the barn, that's when you see the cat in the background, and then they have sex in the hay there in the barn. And then he's like, I have to go. No, don't go. I have to do this. And then he leaves and goes into his trailer, and he's not there anymore. But then the wooden part where he was laying under was broken because he breaks it and kills the mayor guy, and now it's like it's not broken anymore.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it wasn't broken. And
Pops, and he's a construction worker too.
Yeah,
and
of course.
the mayor announces himself walking in there like this single wide pull behind trailer is a mansion.
Yeah.
He just won't shut the hell up. You just open the door and like, hey, is anybody home? No, cool. But no, he's like walking around just, hey, yeah, it's Rudy Rutabager, whatever the fuck. Mayor, yeah, is anybody here? It's like, good God, just get out of there.
Hello.
Just want to let you know the election's going well.
Anyone there?
Is this a
I
bad
love it.
time?
I love the election is like, what the fuck would the vampire care how the election is going? Like,
exactly.
Like were they rigging did he like, I'm feeling like there's something going on. Like he had the vampire kill the diner owner so that he would win the election.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know.
That's how it all ties in, man. He just wanted to win the election, so he brought in a vampire into town.
It all goes right back around to Hillary Clinton, doesn't it?
Yep.
It's just all
I don't know about
circling back
that.
around. Oh, so it wasn't a question; it was a statement. It's all going.
Oh, okay.
See the child molestation, all of it. It's all going right back to her.
You know, I was going back to where he drops the jewel. So, Alligator Man Winston starts saying the chant without the jewel, and then all of a sudden, like Harker goes by him, and the jewel the crystal falls out of his pocket.
Just randomly falls right in front of him.
Happens to fall out of his pocket.
Here it is.
But wasn't when he was just chanting without the crystal? Wasn't he starting to moan and groan and change anywhere? So I don't understand what the crystal, because the crystal didn't kill the vampire either. So
I think
why the fuck did we need the weird crystal? Was it just fabulous?
I think he was just shitting his pants at first. I think before you change into a werewolf, you vacate your bowels, and the chant starts the process, and you shit your pants. And then if you don't have the crystal, you're just a dude who's just shit his pants, and that's it.
Why? I see. It makes perfect sense.
No holes. No holes.
No holes.
Besides never mind.
Besides the butthole.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to talk about the powdered
That's the hole.
Sugar pillow again.
We talked about that enough.
But anyway, but you know what? Why?
He's looking at his brother a little bit differently now.
You know what?
You sick bastard.
The chant was cool when he's the werewolf on attraction for the freak show, because that's the only way that they get him to turn. But why not at the very end have a full moon make him change into a werewolf and not have the chant in there,
Yeah, I don't know.
That would have been a lot better.
You can't do it on command, I guess. I don't know. I gotta,
I can do it on command.
I have a chant that Shannon has to do for me to get hard.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
Yeah, the Hamararamba chant.
Oh, she has to go Galima, Galima. Then she has to fucking reach down and palm it. Galima Shakti there.
Oh,
and then
God.
I'm ready.
Yep.
And then Danny's just laying there in bed. Om Dum Shiva, Om Dum Shiva, Om Dum Shiva.
Om Dum Shiva, Om Dum Shiva, Om Dum Shiva, Om Dum Shiva.
Steve down there at the foot of the bed just growling.
What's going on? That gets you off too.
It's exactly how it happens. Yes. So yeah, I know you texted me about this, Rob, but I sort of thought the stop animation with the decomposing was cool.
With Harker dying.
That was sort of cool. Yeah.
When the sunlight hits him.
It was cheesy. It's retro, but it was sort of cool, I thought.
It definitely
I just thought it was cool because it threw back to Evil Dead.
It did throw back to Evil Dead a little bit.
Evil Dead was a lot cooler.
Evil Dead was better.
But it was still cool.
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
It was kind of funny.
My whole thing is like they worked their asses off for that stop motion stuff in Evil Dead, which was like 1979,
81,
right?
I think.
81,
or
79.
82, something.
Yeah, this movie's 91. This is 10 years later, and it looks so much fucking worse.
Yes, it did.
Like was this like some 7-year-old doing this? Because like you could forgive. Well, actually, it looks pretty cool in Evil Dead, but still, you look at Evil Dead and you're like, okay, this was the budget. Like on the Tribune, on the Wikipedia Tribune, the budget is like $2 million for this movie that we just watched.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm sorry. Like, that stop. Well, I want to know where the money went. I don't know how they spent $2 million
on the trailers.
Evil Dead made it look good with like negative 10 years, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And for like $37.
And Evil Dead had a $350,000 budget.
And it might have even been less than that. That's what you're looking at.
That's what it says on Wiki.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a big budget, and they did take in Evil Dead. They took like I think it was something like 2 to 3 weeks just on that stop motion. Mm-hmm. 2 guys just in a basement fucking working it. So, yeah. Sorry, I just have to bring out all things Evil Dead cool. whenever I can because I know all things about it.
Of course.
Anyways,
during the stop motion though, they kept panning back and forth between the daughter and the dad, and the back, and the daughter and the dad, and the back, and the daughter and the dad. I'm like, dude.
The dad just kept going.
Yeah, and there's like different just facial expressions for each one.
Oh goodness!
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh god! Yeah, it was weird. And then when they end it, he's just walking away, carrying him, and then he sets him down, and they're walking.
Carrying Wolf Alligator Boy.
Where the fuck are they going? Like what? Where are they going?
Oh yeah, I was watching. I'm like, okay, he's carrying him, but then they get to like the road, and he's like, God damn, you're heavy.
Yeah,
and he sets him down. And they start to limp away, and I'm like, "Don't let the credits roll. Don't
happened.
Credits." I'm like, "Well, fuck," because like, does he get with the girl?
Yeah,
like, does he not get with the girl? Like, my thing is like, okay, it's done. He's with the girl and the Reverend, and everything's cool, and they're good to go. And then it's like, well, I understand him and the alligator guy were buddies. That's fine. But then it's like, but where the fuck are you two going alone?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even have superpowers.
Yeah.
No.
Like, like, what's the what the fuck? Like, is he? I almost want to be like, is he just taking him off into the woods to kill him and bury him? Because he did get bit by the vampire thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think post credits, they should have been like 10 more feet down the road, and then the dad and girl just drive up in a truck next to him and be like, "Did you guys want to ride?"
Yeah, and then they'd be
back to the church.
They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm really thirsty.
Like,
it's really hot out here.
Sorry, yeah.
Just wanted to walk away." Ian, where are you going? What are you doing? That was kind of funny too, when he was transforming back into Ian from the werewolf, and she like touches his hand. Yeah. Ian, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, all over the place.
Oh,
but yeah, it kind of ended weird with that. Yeah,
and that's Howling 6. And I don't know 6, if you guys, we didn't really say this yet, but we're done.
We're done with the
Howlings. 7 is available. Like if you order the DVD for too much money and you wait like a month for it. 8 is right there on Amazon, but you know
it's a newer one. It's not,
some people don't even
classic.
Some people don't even consider that part of the series.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just, this is the last one. We're moving on to Christmas horror movies for the month of December.
Yes. None of these Howlings matched up to be as good as the first one.
Not even close.
Sorry.
Not even
Dang
close.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the first series in a while, or that I think we've ever done, to where, at least for me, not a single sequel is even comparable to the original.
Yeah,
like
they're
not even
close.
So how they got so bad so fast and so different. Like the only one that's a real werewolf movie, honestly, is the first one. The rest are just they're not even really like where there's like a haunted, castle, or there's a bloodline.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, they're not even like werewolf movies.
And it's like the first one had a $1.5 million budget, so it had a lot less than some of these, and they still didn't do anything with the other ones.
Yeah,
and it's just I don't know.
Well, just so you know, our Christmas lineup, they're just all Christmas related horror movies, and we're not. I mean, we can only do 4 because there's 4 weeks, and we'll do more next Christmas, but. I have that we're doing Krampus, then Jack Frost, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and then ending with Black Christmas. So that's coming up in December.
Yes, I can't wait. These are going to be awesome
week,
episodes, guys. Krampus is next week.
Yes.
Tune in for Christmas. It's going to be a fun month for the podcast.
But
here.
Before we go, did you guys watch anything this week?
Oh, what did I
watch? Anything, Rob?
Actually, I didn't get to watch anything this week.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
I'm trying to think.
It was a busy Thanksgiving weekend.
I watched a couple things. But
we watched a lot of Howlings.
They were horror. Fuck, did I? It's because Shannon has been available to watch with me this whole week, and she never wants to watch horror, and so we always just have to watch something else.
Actually, you know what? I watched something that was kind of horror related.
Oh,
the Spirit
Christmas movie,
The Spirit of Christmas, but it was not like Christmas spirit. It was the spirit, like a ghost, and it was a ghost guy, and there was like doors closing and stuff. There was actually like 2 or 3 creepy parts in it, but it was mainly like a Hallmark movie-esque made movie. So it was more happy than like creepy. But
so you just watched the Casper Christmas special,
exactly.
Basically.
But it was like a romantic kind of Christmas thing, Hallmark. Me and Liz wanted to watch a Christmas movie, and
actually, I remember I did actually
Netflix.
watch a horror movie finally.
Oh yeah.
I watched Nails.
Oh, where is that?
It's on Amazon. It was actually it's a British or Scottish horror movie.
Huh.
It's about a woman who was in like a really bad car accident, and she's paralyzed from the neck down, and she's on like a ventilator and all that, and she's in a haunted hospital. And it was actually really good. There was some really good creepy stuff in it. Yeah, it was
to watch it.
You have to rent it. There's no Prime for it because
you
it's
motherfucker.
I can't help it. There's not really much out there on Prime.
What made you rent Nails?
I think somebody mentioned it either in the group or it came up in the feed, and when I watched the trailer for it on Amazon, I was like, this looks pretty good.
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it does look good.
All right. Okay.
It's good. It's pretty creepy. It's there's like a British stand-up comedian that stars in it, Ross something, I think. But
Noble.
Ross Noble. but it's definitely worth watching. There's not much out there for, at least, especially for Netflix. I haven't been able to find anything worth watching on Netflix.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, I didn't watch any horror this week. I watched a couple other movies, but that's about it. So, well, cool. Yeah, that wraps up Howling.
Guys, yeah.
Left out 7 and 8, but we didn't do Hellraiser Revelations either. So
yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. So let's get geared up for Christmas. Covering some Christmas stuff, and thanks for joining us. Make sure that you follow me at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin as well.
Yes.
At the Rob O'Neill 1986 or the Rob. What is it? What's your new one on Twitter? Or is it Instagram?
The Instagram is the Rob _CCH podcast.
That's right. Okay. The Rob _CCH podcast. Follow us on Twitter at CC Horror. Or also Instagram, Facebook at Cult Classic Horror. Make sure you get in your memes for next week. Go to the Facebook group and post in there with the hashtag Horror Halftime, and you can be the horror freak of the week.
Horror freak of the week. And if you guys, it's Christmas season. If you want any cool horror gifts, check out the horror store.
Yeah, go to store.cultclassichorror.com. And we have some awesome stuff there. We got some really cool Christmas sweaters and sweatshirts, I should say, and stuff like that. So, if you like what we're doing, please go to patreon.com/cultclassichorror and join up there. Depending on which level, you get some more bonus features and extras. Thanks for joining us, you guys, and we'll catch you next week.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.